Good afternoon everyone. I am MegaFire's assistant going to talk in this video instead of MegaFire, he is busy. Hope you don't mind. As you know Death Battle and already watched his video on Saitama vs Popeye, how ridiculous it was. To be honest, it was absolutely fictitious. Let's debunk the claims they have made, and there are a lot of errors I have found in their claims. Problems with their claims, which is also the problem of other fandom, to judge the character just by its appearance. Let's discuss the issues of their claims. 1. They don't know what is limiter. 2. They don't know the difference between potential and power. 3. They don't know the difference between anime and cartoon. 4. They don't know which parts to not take seriously of a joke character. 5. Overall, they are wrong on almost everything. A limiter is a theoretical barrier that restricts the physical growth of a being. Genis first coined the term to explain how Saitama obtained his strength. According to his theory, God placed a growth limitation on every being to prevent them from losing purpose. When author says about Saitama, have the protagonist be extremely strong from the very start, be at the maximum power level which could only be attained in the final chapter of the usual manga. To differentiate Saitama from the other shonen characters, he made him extremely strong and at the maximum power level since the beginning of the series instead of at the end of the series. The parallel is that Saitama's been at the maximum power level since the very beginning instead of spending the entire series growing. Unlike those other characters, they don't have evidence such as the creator saying they're at the highest power level possible and things like the limiter law to show they have no limits in power. Saitama is on the maximum level of infinity because infinity doesn't grow, and you have shown the proof by yourself where Saitama stating he is not growing stronger. Saitama can't get stronger as he reached infinite power, while others have infinite potential, most shonen characters in general. Author also said Saitama is the opposite of shonens, which proves this claim he cannot get stronger anymore. If you are growing continuously stronger day by day, or hour by hour, or fight by fight, is the sign of limiter exists in your body, but Saitama has completely removed the limiter, which implies limitless strength, not potential. Not once in the manga or anime they stated he gained potential. Saitama himself and Dr. Genis stated, Saitama got power. Anime versus cartoon is a very wrong comparison. Both follows different laws of physics, while anime is more towards the reality and our logical world, and cartoons are made to entertain kids where they have its own laws of physics and are illogical, unlike anime. Cartoons cannot be compared to anime. Why? You cannot compare illogicality with logical, just like how there is no comparison between a limited and limitless power. Everyone knows limited one will lose. Same way you cannot compare finite with infinity. Same logic applies in the cartoon versus anime topic. Popeye lives in a cartoonish world where there are thousands of characters like him, and cartoons literally cannot die, they are invincible. Death Battle made Saitama explode even though he is invincible and invulnerable in the anime. The fight was happening in a cartoon world where both should have tied, no one should have won according to the cartoon logic. According to the anime logic, Popeye will lose. Why? Because he cannot perform those toon force feats in anime due to different laws of physics than cartoon. MegaFire have already proved that in the previous video on Saitama vs Popeye, which was uploaded before Death Battle could. So that's the difference. Cartoon versus anime is a wrong comparison, but if you do compare, cartoon character will lose to anime character in versus battle due to lack of cartoonish physics, and it's literally impossible to apply both physics in the same universe. Either cartoon or anime. Saitama didn't one-punch Boros, Orochi and Garo because he didn't want to. Author already said Saitama has ability to one-punch anyone. People says then why he didn't one-punch Boros. It's same as I am driving Bugatti at 50 km per hour. Bunch of people started criticizing me that if your car can go above 300 km per hour, then why you didn't drive at 300 km per hour. It's my car, my wish, whatever speed I drive. Saitama can one-punch anyone doesn't mean he have to always win with one punch. That would make the series no more interesting for the viewers, and on the top of that, Saitama will get bored as hell and may end up destroying the whole world for not getting a challenge. That's why he always holds back to make sure his enemy can do more better than his current performance. He is just looking for a worthy challenge. He was only using normal punches to bang it up and draw the aliens' attention so he could fight them. No difference than when he punches Ground Dragon and it didn't even destroy the road. He puts certain level of punch without trying, does not mean he has limit. It's like he gives 100/comma. You cannot measure Saitama's power. Saitama himself stated that there are no enemies I can't beat with normal punch, which suggests that his serious punch was a joke, and he expressed that himself in the manga. Now I will show you which parts of the death battle Saitama vs Popeye animation was faulty. Flawed. 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 Burroughs remarked how Saitama had been holding back the whole time, that he didn't even bare his fangs. To use full power would be much farther than to simply bare his fangs. Saitama vs Garo is different from the Burroughs fight, but the same principle is in play. Saitama didn't want to one-shot Garo. He didn't even want to kill Garo at all due to his humanity. For example, you can power scale how hard Saitama punches when he punches Burroughs and Garo, but you cannot power scale the limit of his punches. Since Saitama does not have limit, and he said it himself that he can beat anybody in one blow. The fact that he stated that he can beat anybody in one blow proves he knows that he can one-punch everybody. He does not fight stronger beings, but he knows that he can one-punch them, and it also aligns with the fact that his gag is One-Punch Man. It's not no limits fallacy, it's just true. Because it aligns with the One-Punch Man gag. Just like how anime characters cannot touch the sun because they follow the real-life physics, the same thing applies to cartoons. They cannot perform those feats they used to in their cartoonish world, so Saitama still wins due to absolutely upper hand by statements and anime logic, and if the battle happens in the cartoonish world then there's no winner, there will be a tie-in, probably universe will be torn apart when their final fists collide. Saitama is a gag character just like Popeye, but different than any gag character you have previously seen. This is author's call. This allows him to tap into unlimited supply of energy and twist the rules of reality and logic around him under the rules of anime physics. The comedy centers around the fact he has no known limit. Things like power levels and stuff don't mean crap to him. His gag is that he can defeat his opponent in one punch, regardless of how powerful his opponent is. Even if everyone besides true gag characters ganged up on him from all the anime, cartoon universes, he would still win because that's the kind of joke character he is. Satire soaks comedy, gags, parody all in one, and there is a serious part of him inside himself, which is never going to be shown because for that he have to reach 50% of his power. The opness is the whole point, that he is unbeatable for the sake of joke, which everyone miss out. Hope you enjoyed the video. This is probably my first and last video as assistant, and I may not appear again. Have a nice day. Goodbye.